So let's take a look at new applicants for the day, okay? Hopefully there's everyone's safe out there, you know? So let's get started. Everyone's okay? All right. So I'm focusing on the new applicants. That's 4. Let's take a look. First topic is journalism. Okay, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate it. But again, we're looking for a lot detailed answers. Second fashion. Thank you. I appreciate it. But again, detailed answers, please. My skill is in mixology. Passion for every type of liquor, beer, and wine. I could write a book about each subject. Okay. My specialty is whiskey. My most recent job was bartending at a whiskey bar in Indiana where I had tried over 300 whiskeys. Why not do a book on whiskeys then? Hold on. I was a bartender that my coworkers would send over to talk to whiskey needs and curious newbies. I already know the topic is whiskey. Whiskey needs and curious newbies who wanted an expert opinion. I have read a lot of books about mixology and have read more than one book about each individual spirit. I love showing off my skills to friends and family and helping them figure out what they like and what they dislike. Over my 6 years of bartending, I've developed my palate to enjoy a huge array of flavor notes and have grown an appreciation for every spirit, even the ones I don't personally reach for. Okay. Speaking of whiskey, man. It sounds... I wish I had one right now. Anyways. I'm kind of on vacation, that's why. Anyways, my name is Brenna. I'm an experienced bartender with passion and knowledge of my craft. I appreciate it. I think I might have to go with whiskey, potentially. You tried 300 whiskeys? Awesome. Why don't we have 101 best whiskeys? Or 101 things to learn about whiskeys from A to Z. I think that's a potential topic right there. Okay, so... believe it or not, I do have a book about cocktails. That's very similar to mixology, I think, right? So that's why I'm not going to go with the regular just mixology or cocktails, because I already have a book on that. Although I'm open to multiple books on the same, by the multiple writers, multiple books on the same topic. Okay, mixology. Okay, so what would be the title? I will go with HowExpert Guide to whiskey. Simple as that. Okay, 21 tips to learn about I think we had a similar book project in the past, but the freelancer didn't finish or canceled or whatever. It was about whiskey. I think we're going to do it again. So 101, I may consider 101 best whiskeys, 101 whiskeys from A to Z. I don't know, I'm not sure. Guys, 101 tips. Learn how to. I mean, what do you know about whiskey? You just drink it. What else do you know? 300 whiskey. I have the barn in that course and sent away, which are whiskey nerds and curious newbies who want an expert opinion. Okay, I've read about books. Okay, so what do I tell them on the subtitle? 101 tips to learn about, drink, and enjoy whiskey. I'm going to keep it simple. I know it's not the most interesting subtitle right now, but we just gotta keep it moving right now for time purposes. I don't need images for this. I don't think so. Or it could be a book about like 101 best whiskey brands in the world. Can we do that? I don't know. That's kind of like biased though. Like, I don't know. It's too factual. I want more than just facts. 101 best brands. I want like, how do I drink it? What kind of cup do I use? What brand should I buy? What materials? What accessories should I need? To create my own bar with whiskey. Like, what do you recommend? Et cetera, et cetera. So, okay, so that's that. I'm gonna save the information real quick. We shortlist the applicant we're interested in. Okay, that's Brenna. Okay, next. I have a lot of passions in life. Let's say my number one passion is support. Okay, this is Jody. Okay, I have a lot of passions in life, but I would say my number one is supporting fellow military spouses and accomplishing career goals despite many moves in the military. I have been a military spouse for over 10 years. How about a guide on Military Spouse 101. Teach them how to be a good spouse in the military, because you guys have to move every 3 years or whatever. It's not easy, have kids and you got to travel from country to country or state to state. Many military spouses find themselves unemployed, or at the very least find it a struggle to hold down a career and move with the military even 2 to 3 years. Okay? So hold on a career and move with the military every 2 to 3 years. I moved to America from England 10 years ago and had to essentially start my adult life all over again. This was when I decided to turn my passion for writing into a career, and have been a copywriter ever since. I share my story with every military spouse I encounter in the hope to inspire and show them that it is possible. I would love to have a voice to share my story with other military spouses through you. I'm extremely passionate about supporting military spouses and letting them know that there are things outside of being a housewife available to them if they desire. I understand the struggles of finding self-identity. Gotcha. Well, this is more like a military spouse career guide. It's not about, it has no mention about, being a spouse, taking care of. So it's not a military spouse guide. It's more like a military spouse career guide, right? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about. I don't know. I see your question. I don't know if this has a niche. I think it's a little bit maybe too specific. Let me see. Go to web search. Career. But then this becomes like a career guide, Then you have to list all the types of different careers. That's not what she's talking about. I see. All right. You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna have to pass for right now. Okay. I'm just. I don't see an audience that's actually, like, the military spouses have jobs. Remember, the military spouses do work all over the country, where 41% of spouses work. Okay. I don't know. If it's a career guide, I need a career counselor to do it. Okay. Ideally, a military spouse who is a career counselor. Then that will make sense for me. A military spouse career guide by a military spouse who is a real life career counselor. In this example, the person does freelancing, copywriting. It's not, so that's why I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to pass for right now. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the shortlisted for right now. It's Brenna here for that previous topic about whiskey. Next freelancers. Let's take a look. I possess more than 15 years of progressive experience writing. That includes magazines, websites, and blogs. My professional history includes interning at Item. I possess more than 15 years of progressive experience writing. Includes magazines. Gotcha. Yeah, I think. Okay. While attending college again. While interning, I wrote countless articles for each publications. After I graduated college, I wrote for Women's. Okay. I work as a marketing analyst. Yeah, right. Okay. Appreciate it, but right now, with all due respect, we're gonna have to pass because I don't see a niche topic. I grew up with a father as a newspaper editor. He taught. If it's about writing, right? If it's about a specialty type of writing, mention it and elaborate it in detail and go all out. If it's about magazine writing, go in depth about it so you can convince us that me as a publisher who wants to hire, like, okay, you have what it takes to write a 30,000 word book that requires 101 to 101 plus tips, golden nuggets that covers all aspects of this topic. If I don't see that in the cover letter answers, if I'm not able to feel like I can get that in a book from the cover letter answers, just looking at, I'm gonna have to pass. Thank you. I know I've lived in Los Angeles, lived here for 22 years. I've lived on the west side. You know, LA is a very popular city. Someone who pretty much grew up there all my life, so let's read it though, because there's, believe it or not, Los Angeles, there's 80 cities in Los Angeles County. Most people don't know. It's not just Hollywood. It's not just Santa Monica. It's not just one, downtown LA. There's 80 cities. Anyways, so if you're going to talk about LA, let's cover all aspects of it. I live in Los Angeles. I've lived here for 22 years. I have lived on the west side, Hollywood, in the Fairfax district, and South Los Angeles. I know how the traffic works and tips to get around it, and what the weather is like in the Valley versus Century City. I can explain SIG Alerts, the Fox Morning Show, and how to get tickets to the Wheel of Fortune. Awesome. I visited LACMA, the Tar Pits, the Japanese American Museum, the Gene Autry Museum, the Science Center, the Folklore Museum. Lots of museums. The Skirball. Maybe we should do a book on LA museums. Who knows? The Getty Villa, the Zimmer Science Center. I see a pattern here. This person is very fascinated with museums, so why don't we do, I don't know. That's a potential topic too. Maybe LA museums. The Zimmer Children's Museum. As well, you get the idea. I've experienced LA as a single adult, a married couple, and as a mom. Okay? I know all the beaches and how amazing Catalina is. I have extensive experience hiking all around Los Angeles. Don't get me started about Disneyland. I know a lot about LA, and if I don't know about it, I know someone who works there and can fill me. I appreciate it, but right now, let me see. The only reason is because, just like New York, I hear a lot of people, apply for LA. They want to write about LA, but because it's so popular due to supply and demand, I'm going to have to wait. And again, I'm looking for all aspects of LA. 80, someone who, there's parts of LA some people don't even mention in LA when they talk about LA. For example, San Gabriel Valley. Most people don't even know that area. Don't even mention it. Anyways, anyways. My number one talent is writing field is editing and proofreading. While writing will always be my passion, I absolutely love to sit back and read back through content to edit. I'm passionate about having proper grammar, utilizing making sure that writing the details align. I currently am an editor. Okay, editing, proofreading. That is your specialty. Thank you. Being specific and direct. Let's get right to the point, okay? I'm passionate about having proper grammar utilized and making sure that the writing details align. Sounds like an editor. I currently am an editor and lead journalist for Top Doctor magazine and edit stories for publication. I write in my free time when I find story topics that I'm passionate about, but my interests always come back to foster care and adoption. I've always chosen to write and research on foster care. Okay, that's another topic too, foster care and adoption, because I have a passion for it. Okay, then why don't we do that one? I volunteer often with different organizations that support foster care and adoption families. Okay. I've been able to work with a nonprofit that focuses on foster care and struggling families. Patrick Henry Family Services, where I was there, writing intern for 6 months. My life has always been centered around writing. I'm going to have to, if I sometimes see spelling errors, I might have to pass on. Okay, sometimes. But I see two potential topics. Editing, proofreading is one. And another topic is foster care. Now, let me see what else they wrote. I'm a copywriter, freelance writer who works as an editor for a medical magazine. I have years of writing experience from writing internships, copywriting, okay? All right. I don't know yet, man. It's a maybe right now. This is a maybe. And I'm going to be honest. Sometimes, there's degrees to this. when you see applicants' cover letter answers, again, nothing's personal. It's just business. When you see the cover letter answers, there's degrees of as a publisher behind the scenes, like, oh yeah, let's do it, excitement, a 1 to 5. Sometimes you're a 5, you're like super excited to go for it. Yes, it's a hell yes. So it's, and you've always heard this, sometimes you've heard the saying, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. I don't completely agree with that yet. I mean, if I have trouble, if I'm hiring too much, I go with that philosophy. But right now, I think this is a 50-50, okay? With all due respect. Great, good cover letter answers. I wish this freelancer went more into detail about editing, or went into more detail about foster care, why they're passionate about it, what's their story behind it, why are you into this topic, and share. Because your story is what's gonna be in the book. It's a preview. And some writers share their story and some don't. I'm looking for writers who share their story openly. Okay, their open heart, their open mind, their openness, willingness to share from their free cover letter answers tells me, okay, if they do that for the free cover letter answers, they're that serious. They're real. They're not trying to hide anything. Oh, I don't want to hold back. It's like scarcity minded. Like, I want to hold back and I want to share these little details. No, I'm not going to take anything. No, you have to be open minded. If you have that in your writing, I'm interested, because that's going to be the book. The book's going to be more interesting. It's going to be open to the readers. I'm going to have to pass for right now, okay? It's a maybe. Bachelor's degree in English, okay, specialization, okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. But again, I'm looking for more detailed cover letter answers. This was, again, this is a maybe. These are any shortlisted for this particular project? No. Let's take a look. Last job post. This is another job post. My passion doing things for yourself. Okay, I appreciate it. Looking for more detailed cover letter answers. My number one passion is fitness training, health. More specifically, my passion is training others to become a walk-on football player at their college. Okay. When I was in college, I decided that I would walk on the Alabama football team. What? I spent 2.5 years training my body, eating right, and getting mentally prepared. From there, fitness and training became my passion. I love the feeling of progress I could actually see in the mirror. Watching others moving towards a goal is maybe the most gratifying phenomenon I have ever experienced. I'm always trying to out new diets or workout regimens to see what works best for me. I've learned that everyone's needs are different in fitness. Some respond better to heavy weights, some to long distance runs, others okay, meat only diet. It's an adventure for everyone, but I know that I can help achieve their goals. You know what? I really find your story is actually very unique and interesting. However, because you're a walk-on football player for a very big college team, I think. Alabama, it sounds like a very well-known college football team. People over there like on to, college football. But I mean, it's so unique of a story. It's almost too micro-niched, if you know what I mean. I mean, how many people in the world want to be a walk-on football player for a college team? Not a lot. Most people just want to become a football player in college, right? Not a walk-on. However, if this walk-on thing is for anybody, everyday people who've never really taken football seriously in high school, like not me, but like just any college students who wants to have a chance to make it to their college football team as a walk-on, why not? I might do it. As I just talk myself into it right now. The more as I think about it, this might be a book for the masses, for the everyday college student who has really no qualifications of being a football player, but has a dream, has this bucket list. They want to be in the college football team. So why doesn't this guy who has done it, James, show you the blueprint how to do it for the everyday college student out there? And they can give it a shot. They might not make it, most likely. But why not give it a shot? Following the blueprint of how to become a walk-on college football player in your local college or university. Oh, this is publishing right here. This is publishing 101 right here. You know, this is how I do my keyword research. A lot of people ask, how do you do keyword research? No, I don't go on Google and Amazon, look at the best. I don't do that. I prefer authentically, organically meeting people through the internet, like Upwork. And then ask them a simple question. What are you passionate about? And they tell you. And you think about it. And when you come to an answer that is unique like this, and then you kind of step back and you're like, you know what? Other people can learn from this person to do exactly what he or she did. And when you see that vision, you see the vision of the book after hearing the cover letter answers, seeing the cover letter answers from the Freelancer. When it clicks, like it just did for me right now. Because 2 minutes ago, I was about to just say no. Because I was thinking logically, like, who wants to be a walk-on football player? Most people just want to be a football player in college, right? But guess what? I'm also, I don't like to just... That's why when you make decisions for publishing, hiring, you can't just do all logically. Like, SEO, 1 + 1 = 2. No, 1 + 1 can equal 1.58. Blue ocean strategy. Create a new market. Create a new niche. Less competition. Don't go into the red ocean where all the sharks are eating the same, fighting for the same food, fish, whatever. Go into blue ocean. Create a new path, new marketplace, new niche, or fuse a niche together. Or simply recognize a unique story niche and vision it as a possible solution for others. Can other people do it? And then I started thinking about other college students. If I was in college and if I like football, I'm a football fan, and there's a book saying, hey, you're an everyday college student, you never did football in high school, but you have a chance to being as a walk-on, I'll read the book and I might try it out. So having said that, I'm gonna go for this, James, for this particular topic. Let's let me first save this information. HowExpert guide to becoming. I know this is crazy. College walk-on. I don't know. This is way too specific. Walk-on football player. Okay. How about that? Becoming a walk-on college football player. Okay. I know this sounds like a ridiculous book. I know I'm taking the risk. The book might not ever sell. There's a pretty good chance maybe. But sometimes when you do a book that's never been existed, go into a niche that's never existed before, sometimes it sells. Ironically. You're like, who would buy that? But those kind of books sometimes sell, and ironically, because no one else is doing it, right? But you can't just do it just because no one else is doing it. It has to be organic. It has to be real. It has to be genuine. It has to be authentic. And when you find it, you go with it. That's how I like to do it. I don't like to force it. I was regret to becoming a college walk-on football player. 101 tips to learn how to become a college. Okay. Become walk-on. I know it sounds repetitive, but I'm just doing this right now. Walk-on football player for your college. Oh my gosh, finally college. Become college. Let's do this. becoming a walk-on. I forgot to becoming a college player as a walk-on. Walk-on. Wow. Learn how to become a walk-on. Become a walk-on. What's the title gonna be, dude? 101 tips to learn how to become a walk-on college player for your college. Okay. Learn how to become. Let me see how it's about to become here. I want tips to learn how to become a walk-on college. It's too repetitive, man. I gotta fix this later. Let's just do 30,000 words for right now. Okay, who else? How to get to becoming a walk-on. Oh my goodness. To become a college walk-on football player. Let me erase some of this. Let me see what he said. 101 back. A walk on the road. Spend 2 hours training my body. Okay. How about this? How to play college football as a walk-on player. As a walk-on. I wish there was more stories and details about like what specifically he had to do to get into the team. He had to speak to the coach. He had to speak to whoever's in charge and ask him out. This is not the typical way to join the team, but those are the little nuances I want in the book. I was got to becoming a walk-on college football player. 101 tips to learn how to play college football as a walk-on player. Okay, let's just give it a shot. I'm gonna delete some of this because not enough space here. Got it. Awesome. And this is James P. Got it. Okay. So let's shortlist. We shortlisted. Okay, saved. Next. Okay, I appreciate it. We're looking for detailed cover letter answers. I appreciate it. We're looking for detailed cover letter answers. Thank you. Okay, so the 2 potential freelancers to hire for the next nonfiction how-to books, okay, real-life examples here, are first, James here, for a topic of HowExpert Guide to Becoming a Walk-On College Football Player, 101 Tips to Learn How to Play College Football as a Walk-On Player, okay? I know it's a little bit different, but we'll give it a shot. The next freelancer that we shortlisted, we're interested in sending an offer, potentially sending an offer, is Brenna here for the topic of HowExpert Guide to Whiskey, 101 Tips to Learn About, Drink, and Enjoy Whiskey. Okay, so that's it. Real life examples, and there were other applicants for this other job, but again, they're not sure yet. Okay, we'll see. Those are real life examples. I'm most likely going to send offers to 2 writers: college walk-on player, college football walk-on player, and second, whiskey. Okay, and think about the other ones. Okay, but I might have to move on from the other applicants. Okay. The reason is, again, there's an art to hiring. There's an art to hiring. It's not all science. It's an art and science, meaning science is logical, right? No, don't hire that topic. You're only using the right left brain, but you gotta use your right brain too. It's an art. How unique is that topic? If it's a very competitive topic, it's gonna have more and more supply. It's a supply and demand issue. More and more people are gonna apply. So I have to be more picky with a very popular topic like LA, like editing, writing, travel. So that's that. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.